Well, hello, General Hospital Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for goodness. Today is Tuesday, December the 20th, 2022. Tuesday, December the 20th, 2022. Before I start, I definitely want to send out our condolences and our prayers for the family of Sonia Eddy. She played Epiphany on General Hospital. She unfortunately passed away. So that is very sad news. Epiphany has been a staple with the nurses on General Hospital, a pivotal nurse character on General Hospital. And I don't know if they'll recast her because she had a storyline. Look, we didn't get to find out if she passed her exam, to become a doctor. Epiphany did want to become a doctor. If they do recast, I could really see them now bringing that to light because we do need more doctor characters on General Hospital, you know. So I could see if they choose to recast, they would make it so that Epiphany did pass her exam and she's going to be a doctor, an intern at the hospital. So we'll see what they want to go. But first and foremost, yes, our prayers go out to the family. It was sad. Sad to hear that. So I wanted to definitely say that first. Real life before we get into the fictional of General Hospital. Okay, first and foremost, Jocelyn, after the crying and the tears, you could go now. The cat and mouse, and Dex is like, no, I can't go because Sonny told me to stay. Well, I don't work for Sonny. And he goes, but I do, and you're going to be protected. So she goes, do what you want. So she comes in, walks into the living room, and he walks in, and she goes, just because you have to stand guard over me, that doesn't literally mean you have to stand the whole time. And he goes, yeah, I do, because he's on the job. Anybody could walk in and they see him lounging on the couch with Jocelyn. What kind of look would that be, right? So they talk, and she's like, I thought you were mad at me. Oh, I thought you were mad. That's why I cried on your shoulder like that. And then I batted my eyes. I'm okay, Dex. So needless to say, he kind of brought up Cam a bit, and she goes, look, Cam and I, whatever's going on between Cam and I has nothing to do with you. Which in a way, she's right, because she and Cam, unfortunately, with the whole sex tape what gone viral, that really just really kind of messed up that young love. It really did. And look, that was they both were violated. It was a violation, she and Cameron. So it's kind of understandable how they were having problems and just really couldn't connect again or get really reconnect on that level. So anyway, they don't really make any grounds or make any pullback. They're kind of back in limbo where they have been. Her guard arrived and she says, tell him to wait outside. I don't want any of Sonny's guards inside the house with me. I'm like, Jocelyn, shut up. If you truly feel that way, your father was begging for you to go back to Australia. So let's not talk about what you don't want and who you don't want where. You definitely want Dex inside the house, right? You wanted that so you could cry on his shoulder, so you could bat your eyes. And then when he says, tell me, Jocelyn, or Joss, do you regret that kiss? And she looked at him and he goes, I didn't think so. And he walked by because she gave that look like, what do you think? Mm-hmm. We all know what we thought. You thought, he thought, everybody thought, because it's written all over your face and your body language, Jocelyn. So now we have Carly. Yesterday it ended with her walking in on Ryan talking to the firefighter. And we all pretty much heard him tell her she's a lie. She lied to him, period, to his face, and he wants to know why. Nina could barely break her neck, stop breaking her neck to listen in to see what she could hear. And Phyllis is like, I noticed that stare, I'm a death glare you gave Carly. I thought things were, you were calming down from that. And so she goes, wouldn't it? No, yeah. And I'm thinking, no, Nina, anytime you see Carly, you want to start something, period. And so she was talking about, well, an incident happened with Willow, and we got in, I got into it with Willow. And Phyllis had the nerve to say, and probably you were probably right too. And I thought, well, normally you're the good sound advisor. You give people sound advice. Willow is pregnant, Phyllis. Why would you say getting in a fight with a pregnant woman, the pregnant woman probably had it coming? Without really hearing the circumstances. Nina just said, I got into it with Willow. She didn't say, I went to Willow's house. Uninvited. She didn't say that, right? She didn't say, when Willow asked me to leave her house, I was not going to leave because I was arguing with her. She didn't say that. And nor did Phyllis ask any questions about how really how did it happen, or you got into it. And then she goes, Willow fainted. And Phyllis was like, oh, yeah, see now, nurse Phyllis. Now you're like, oh, well, she's okay, and the baby's not hurt, but yeah, that kind of scared me. Yeah, okay, now maybe let's get some concern, Phyllis. So anyway, Drew is Carter's like, so what's going on? He goes, her story is we did some fact checks, and no, that did not happen. And so Carly's like, well, and so the woman is looking at Carly like, what should I say? It's your dime, your money, you paying me. Well, what you want me to say? So Carly says, well, she probably said blah, 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 because blah, blah, blah. And the chick looks at Carly. Carly's looking at her, then Carly's looked at Drew like, are you buying this, Drew? Are you buying this half-baked, half-cocked lie I'm telling you? And Drew's like, okay, well, tell me blah, blah, blah. So Carly says, well, probably. And I'm like, wait a minute. Even Dumbo would know something ain't right. Carly doesn't know this woman allegedly from Adam. How could she say she probably means this? This probably happened, and Drew bought it? I'm hoping they're having him play dumber than he really is, because there's no way with what Carly said and how she concocted a new, reshifted for the chick. And so the girl goes, okay, well, no, here's the truth. The truth was she and her husband already came to the commune with the baby. But I wanted to protect my friend, because actually that is the truth. Madeline had already given Harmony, that baby. She came there with that baby. There was no fake mother. I don't even know why they came up with that ridiculous story. The story they came up with was stupider than the truth that they arrived there with the baby. And so she goes, but she was always looking over her shoulders. She was very, very uncomfortable around strangers. And he goes, oh, wow, okay. You think she could have been in some kind of danger? She goes, well, I don't know. But anyway, that's all I know. And so she gets up. It's time for me to go. Got to catch her plane, right? So she leaves her gloves on the table, and Carly goes, oh, she left her gloves. So she grabs the gloves and runs out. And so she has some hundreds that she put in with the gloves. She goes, thank you for not blowing my cover. And so the woman says, look, whatever. I'm sorry I got it mixed into all of this. This was just not really worth my time, and I'm out of here. So she leaves, and then Carly comes back in, and she's sitting across from Drew, and he's just telling her everything he's thinking. Okay. So you know what, Harmony? No, he had gotten up and went over to Phyllis, and he goes, Phyllis, did you know Lorraine, whatever her name was, she worked, you guys worked together, right? She goes, yeah, we worked in the same building, different floors, different patients, different clients. But yes, I knew her. Did you know of like any trouble? He's asking. And so she goes, I didn't know her that well. We weren't friends, but I just knew of her. So he goes, okay. And Carly hears him questioning. And Nina's still sitting right there at the bar. So Carly says, so what was that about? Well, I was asking her, did she notice, like, was Harmony particularly jumpy? Was she, and she didn't know her that well. And so Carly's like, okay, so what do you think? And he goes, I don't know. This gives me more to go on. I'm wondering, did Harmony steal that baby? Maybe she kidnapped her. And Carly says, really? Thinking, how? Okay, that's kind of far-fetched, but okay, maybe we could go with that, I think, right? Maybe. So anyway, Carly's just getting herself in deeper because now all of this, Drew's talking to her, all of this, she knows he's being led down a wrong path. All of that's going to come back to just bite her in the butt. Okay. And good for her. Good for her. So now we have Ava. Ooh, Ava was just letting her know, you and Nicholas haven't felt pain and you're getting, look out because pain is coming. I'm making both of you pay. You're supposed to be you're so self-righteous. And the funny thing was, Elizabeth wasn't fazed by Ava. She was just looking at her like, say what you will, goodness gracious. For one, in their mind, this is all a lie anyway. I mean, Elizabeth she was the way she was when, like, she stole years ago when Jason got shot in the church and Elizabeth helped piece him back together again. And they end up sleeping together in the church, right? And that's when she got pregnant with Jake. When that all came out, because she passing off Jake as Lucky's, that whole debacle. And then Carly was all in her face because she's trying to defend Jason, and Elizabeth was just, I don't care. And then when she tried to steal Drew, it was really Jason, but then when Steve Burton decided to come back, they had to come up with a whole nother story, right? And she tried to take him to the altar, and Carly was the one busted up the wedding. Carly's telling her off, and everybody's telling Elizabeth off. She's like, it's my turn to have him. He loves me now. Oh, Elizabeth has never, ever apologized for anything. She really hasn't. She even did a half apology when Lucky found out that she slept with Nicholas and Aiden could have been his. She barely apologized. Elizabeth I've never particularly liked her character, ever. I really haven't. So anyway, she goes, Ava says something, and Elizabeth says, and now you're pregnant? She says, not anymore. And Ava goes, what? She goes, I'm not pregnant anymore. Because she never said, I had a miscarriage in those words. She goes, I'm not pregnant anymore. And Ava goes, oh, does Nicholas know? She goes, not yet. So I thought, oh, so that's the story they came up with. Okay. Now Elizabeth never has to pretend and deceive any of her coworkers. Okay, she doesn't have to. Finn doesn't have to watch her with a baby bump. Oh, well, that actually was pretty darn good thinking on their parts. She had a miscarriage. Boom, boom. Gee, that solves everything. So Ava kind of backed off at that point, you know, like whatever, but you haven't heard the last of me. Okay, so there we have it. Now, Nicholas, on the other hand, is telling Spencer, I guess some of the plan is they have to tell, like she's going to tell, he's telling Spencer, she's probably going to tell Cameron the lie, but I lost the baby. It was a mistake. I don't know if she's going to even tell Cameron, but because Nicholas told Spencer, I'll bet you Spencer tells Cameron. And then Cameron's going to confront Elizabeth, right? Because I don't see Elizabeth just going to him out and out lying to him. I think Spencer, and Spencer was so pissed because he says, all this time, you knew Elizabeth was struggling with her own mental health issues. She was checked into he goes, and you took advantage of her. And in the real world, that really kind of could have been how it happened, right? But no, not in this case. Elizabeth ran knee deep because nobody really knows what's really happening. But what was interesting to me, to what Spencer said, he goes, like how just irreprehensible you are. Oh, and Spencer says, what did he say? He says, and this is where his fingers are in Nicholas's face. He says, I should light you up right now. And, and Nicholas is just looking at him. For one, he's thinking, boy, I'm lying to you. Okay, I'm lying. All right, you're mad. Good reaction. Better you be mad at that than find out your girlfriend's upstairs locked up in a room pregnant with my kid for real. Okay. But when he says, oh, to light you up right now, I thought that's how spineless Nicholas is, even as a parent. Because the first thing, like Spencer can never say that to Uncle Victor, because Victor would say, oh, before another word comes out of your mouth, you better retract what you just said and change your tone talking to me, boy. Nicholas should have been, you know what? Hold up right now, youngin', because you might be mad, but I'm still your father. And if you think you could take your best shot, just because you spent 3 months in jail, you still didn't have no jailhouse fights, okay? Take your best shot, son, and let's see what your daddy can do, right? Oh, there's no way a child of mine gonna tell me I should light you up. Whoa! You know, I brought you into this world. You know what the next part of that saying is, I brought you into this world. I'm not gonna say it. You all look, you all parents know. Some of you out there said it, because I know I have. But sometimes teenagers get crazy when they get they feel like they're 16, 17. Then you ain't telling them nothing. What you mean curfew? you know, you got to put them in their place. So anyway, yeah, Nicholas is just like, look, bottom line, Spencer, I forget what he said after that because I was so busy on the whole that I'd have light you up conversation right now. I was like, wowzers. So anyway, let's go to comment corner. That was about it. Oh, bad, needless stuff. Sam was worried about Dante because he didn't come home. He was busy trying to now find leads and everything. And so Cody, of course, calls Matt because I still got your number. You know where Dante is, and goes because Sam is here at the gym worried. So Matt tells Dante, "Hey, look, you're off duty," because he wants to go back to the crime scene, and Matt is like, "No, you're off duty. You need to go home." And he goes, "Look, I'm too wired up. I cannot go home. I can't sleep." And so he goes, "Then let's go to the gym. You need to work off some of this energy," because he knew Sam was there. So anyway, they get there and they hug and, so nothing else after that. I think nothing else really mattered. If anything else was shown, it was not important enough. Nina and Phyllis's conversation, blah, blah, blah. So let's go to comment corner. Hello there says, my partner feels Nina is the hook killer. And that was nothing, and it has nothing to do with Trina. This is coming from a different perspective of Nina's wanting Wiley and being protective of me and mine. For one thing, okay, being protective of me and mine. Hook and Ava had nothing to do with Wiley at all, being protective of me and mine, and she's friends with Ava. I would believe the ADA Arden is the hook killer before I would believe Nina. That's just it. Yes, Nina has homicidal tendencies. Yes, Nina, she did cut out the baby and all of that. And she feels that plus she would have money enough and anger to buy snake venom. Nah, that's not Nina. That's not in her at all. And then it says Diane was Michael and Willow's lawyer in May, but yet guess what? Nina would never hurt Brando, Sonny's cousin. And trust me, the hook killer, yeah, Brando saw them there, but it was raining very, very heavily. She meant to kill whoever was there or who, yeah. So, okay, maybe she tried getting Wiley. Nina previously, yeah, kidnapped Ava and took the baby and blah. Maybe the earring Ava wore today is a pair borrowed from Nina. Well, guess what? Since the police has the other earring, there would not be a pair that Ava could borrow from Nina, right? Everybody, Nina would only have one earring, not two. So Ava could not be wearing that. And then it says also back in May, Diane established, yeah, Diane was the hit. And then the attorney, and then Oz could have been knocked in. Nah, it's not Nina. It's not Nina. Cindy says Marcus Coma is getting canned. It is such a bummer. And they didn't even tell us why. Normally, when actors get fired, they rarely tell us the real deal as to why the person got fired. Maybe that's some kind of privacy thing. And then they said he unfollowed his co-stars on social media. So there must be some conflict between him and them. I've heard Coma scenes as Nicholas will end sometime in January. And I believe they will recast due to the active storyline. Nick's baby is with Esme is due in the February sweeps. So I honestly do believe they are going to definitely recast Nicholas because he is a pivotal character. And right now, especially, come on now. If they kill Nicholas off, well, for one, that means Heather and Ryan kill him and then they go rescue Esme. They would have to know where she's being held captive up there in Spoon Island. But no, I see them recasting. And okay. I mean, I wasn't completely married to this actor playing Nicholas. I just really wasn't. Christopher Coma has been fired and refused to shoot his last scenes. So sad for the passing of Sonia Eddy, GH's Epiphany. She was only 55. That's what Michael said. Yes, that was very sad. Hello there says, never cared much for him, but sad to hear about Eddie's passing. Such a wonderful actress and human being. I was looking forward to her being a doctor, me too, and a promising storyline. Condolences to the family. I hope they continue on with that storyline. And then Anna Rihanna says, Sonia will be missed so much. An amazing talent and a strong character that has so much strength and hope. No baby switch, please. But about time. Chase let her know. Let her know. They didn't update Willow's baby. They did update Willow's baby bump. She looks beautiful. Ava, tell it all to everyone. No, Elizabeth, your troubles are a result of your choices. Let them have it, Ava. Heather and Ryan are coming for the Cassadines, and Elizabeth, you're right in the middle. I mean, just a thought. If Nicholas Exit is dead, who would care for Esme? I know, I don't think they'll do that. Because for one, if they kill Nicholas off, Ryan and Heather are going to free Esme. Drew is coming to blow. Drew is gonna blow this mess with Carly wide open. Her days are numbered. Josh, baby girl, go go to Australia. I'm with you on that. Hello there says, I thought she was pregnant in real life. If not, then maybe the production crew gave her Esme's baby bump for the day. Annette says, in nine, no more baby switch, no more baby switch. The show can do better. Yes, they can. Let's not do that same old storyline. I don't want to see it or whatever. And then Annette says, will someone please buy Willow a DNA kit? Maybe GH is having a sale. And then Corey Lovelace says, sorry to hear about Sonia Eddie's death. She will be missed. Sandy says, thank you for the great recap. I missed Monday's episode. And then Ron says, Elizabeth will con her way out of this baby issue. Guess what? She sure did. Wham, bam. I'm not pregnant. Lost the baby. And Drew will catch Carly in a lie about the baby. And that'll be the end of them. You know, end that can come. I'm not happy. I don't like Drew and Carly as a couple. And then Jakayla says, I hope both babies survive. I honestly believe both babies will survive. I really do. And then NK Rose says, I think Willow has the same baby face like Nina, but with dark hair like her father. Are we all looking at the same Nina as you, NK Rose? Because there is absolutely nothing about Nina's face looking like a baby face. Nina's features aren't like that at all. To me, Nina's features are a little more harsher. There's no baby face. My goodness. What? No. So anyway, that is it for the daily recap for General Hospital. Let's see what happens tomorrow. And it is interesting if his final scenes are in Nicholas, the actor playing Nicholas, his final scenes are in January, because the soaps are always taped to like pretty much 2 months in advance, but GH might only be a month in advance right now because, you know, they still were trying to get ramped up back when COVID shut everything down. You know, it's kind of hard to get 2 months in advance right off the bat, right? So it takes years, and they might almost be there now, you know. So anyway, let's see what they do. Recast. I definitely don't want Nicholas to go, but let's recast him. Don't just end his character. So I will be back tomorrow for another daily recap of General Hospital.